Hey friends, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, it's sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows everywhere. Rainbows and Waterfalls is an 8% double IPA from Transient Artisan Ales in Bridgman, Michigan. Being from the east side of the state, Transient Artisan Ales is a name that I don't see available all that often. I know when I see a post on Instagram from either 8 Degrees Plato or Cultivate Coffee in Ipsy, which happen to be two of the only places on this side of the state that carry their beer, I have this almost primal urge to go run out and grab them. Today I have Rainbows and Waterfalls, which from what it sounds like is very hard to get a hold of, not only because it doesn't make it to this side of the state very often, but also because it doesn't get released that often either. If the price tag of $20 for this 4-pack that I bought is to be believed, I'm going to expect that it's going to be worth the hype. So with all that being said, let's take a look at the label and get into what we do here, which is drink beer. So the label is really, Transient has this really kind of geometric style that they go for the most part. Some of the cans are a little bit different, but this has rainbows and waterfalls. Basically the rainbows are like, they're like upside down U's, and the waterfalls are U's coming out from the middle of the rainbow. So they all kind of intersect, intertwine. And then on the side here, it says Rainbows and Waterfalls Double IPA, 8% ABV, 1 pint, which is 16 fluid ounces. And then it tells you more about the brewery, just the, that they're in Bridgman, all that good stuff that I mentioned already. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my tulip glass here, and we're going to pour this 8%er into a tulip today. So let's crack that open, give it a whiff here. Getting a bit of a citrusy, tropical scent out of there. A little bit of dankness, but I'm not getting, to be honest, a whole lot of aroma coming out of just the can. So we're going to go ahead and pour this. Hazy yellow, golden yellow coming out of the can, very hazy. And a nice amount of head coming up out of here. Hopefully I won't spill it over. And it stopped just in time. I've got about 2 fingers worth of head, very compact bubbles, a little bit of soapiness on the top here, but the beer itself is like kind of a pineapple juice looking color. It's a little bit yellow, a little bit on the orange side, but it goes from pale yellow on the outside to a little bit of a darker, deeper brownish orange in the middle here. And the head is, like I said, very compact. It's sticking around really well. Let's hold it up to the light. It's a little bit off-white. It's a little bit kind of close to yellowish. And yeah, no seeing through this at all. Barely any difference except for around the edge when I put my hand between the light and my beer. So we're going to go ahead and put a better nose on this. I got to get really close here. Kind of getting sense of almost like pineapple. It smells very sweet at the very small amount of aroma that I'm getting out of this. Yeah, I'm getting a sweet aroma. Like I said, I'm not getting a whole lot of scent. I mean, I have to get really in there to get anything. Kind of sweet. My nose just touched the foam. Kind of sweet. A little bit of a dank aroma. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of scent coming out of here, so I'm hoping I get a little bit more taste. I'm going to go ahead and dive in, so cheers. Wow. Oh my gosh, yes. What was lacking in the aroma department is definitely being paid off in the flavor. So it's got a nice medium mouthfeel. It's not soft necessarily. It's not really thick, but it's kind of like right in between there. It's like a little bit on the soft side, but a little bit on the thick side. It's right in a happy medium right in between there. Very sweet up front. Getting like a pineapple juice kind of taste out of it. Like I said, I picked up on a pineapple scent just a tiny bit out of the glass, but I got to get another taste of this. Yeah, it's very, like I said, up front, there's not a whole lot of taste when it first gets in your mouth. I don't have a whole lot of like a bursting juiciness or anything like that, but it's as it settles on my tongue, rather than being kind of overwhelmed with bitterness, at the tail end, where sometimes you usually pick the bitterness of a beer up on the tail end in the finish, I'm actually getting a bit of a sweetness in there. The pineapple kind of sweetness comes through right there. I mean, at first, the first taste, I can tell there's obviously beer in my mouth. but it's so kind of like, the taste is so opaque at that point. And then when you drink and you take the swallow, the sweetness, that pineapple just settles in on your tongue. And then you get that kind of resiny, piney bitterness on the tail end, maybe a little bit of citrus, but it feels like, no, I take that back. There's not really pine bitterness. It's more of like a grapefruity kind of bitterness, a little bit of a citrus grapefruit bitterness in the tail end. I'm wondering if that bitterness kind of hangs in there and it's mixed in with the ABV. So it's 8%, which again isn't like off the charts high, but it's not low. I mean, this is getting in dangerous territory here because there's not a whole lot of alcohol taste to it. There's not a whole lot of bitterness to it until the aftertaste. And because you get the flavor comes in so late, you get that sweetness, but then almost immediately once it goes down, that's when the aftertaste kicks in. That's when you get the bitterness, it's that citrus bitterness. This is very different from a lot of the juicy kind of New England IPAs that I've had, because those are obviously juicy right up front. You get a lot of sweetness. This, you don't get so much sweetness right up front. It's kind of really subdued at the beginning, but all the payoff is in the finish, because that's when you get the sweetness, you get the bitterness on the tail end there with all together right at the end. So it's like you're drinking it, but the whole time you're just anticipating when the flavors are going to really jump in there, and that's in the swallow, the tail end, the finish is when you get that really pineapple sweetness, and you get that bitter citrus finish. So it mixes together really well. I gotta say, I've had a couple transient beers so far. I haven't really been blown away, but this is the first one I can say for sure of transient that I think maybe $20 is still a little bit steep for a 4-pack of this. $5 a can seems a little bit high to me. I don't think it's $5 worth good, but do I think it's maybe $3.50 to $4 worth good versus other beers that I've had in that price range? Yes, I think it is, but $5, I think it's pushing it just a little bit. I do like it, but $5 is a little bit steep in my book. All right, friends, that is Rainbows and Waterfalls from Transient Artisan Ales. I also have a bomber of Buckley, their Imperial Stout with coffee, vanilla, and maple syrup. Let me know if you've had any of these transient beers, or if you want to see a review of Buckley in the comments down below this video. While you're down there leaving all those comments, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel if you like seeing Michigan beer content like this, because I'm doing it twice a week for free for viewers just like you. You can also find links to my social media, my merch, like some shirts I have available, Amazon links to the different gear that I use in these videos, like my lens, my camera, my microphone, all that good stuff, and a link to my blog at drafttherapy.com. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by, and remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries wherever they are, and don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching. Cheers.